Hi, everybody. Father Bill here, and it is the Friday reflection. Hey, last week I forgot. No, I didn't. Actually, I was sick, and I want to apologize, or at least thank you for your patience with me. I came down with a cold on like Wednesday, and by Thursday night I was running a fever. So I don't know if that's still a cold or not, or what that is. But anyhow, I then had to call in a big favor, and I asked one of the priests. Actually, I texted the priest in the area if I could get help on Friday morning because I knew I shouldn't be around people. I needed to rest. So Father Randy Wong from St. Cecilia Parish did that for me. Thank you, Randy. You are awesome. He did Mass, but he did the adoration and benediction and also confessions afterwards. So yay, thank you. It's wonderful to see our young priests being able to step up and help us old priests, right? Okay, so that's just, I want to thank him for that. And again, that was last week. So this week, I just wanted to let you know that as I'm here, it is a Friday and it is not Christmas anymore, but look what's still up here. So I obviously still have my Christmas ornaments up. And this is about as much as I did was my little one for the dog, my little sock for the dog, and then another one for here. My sister Ann made these, and one for me. And the Christmas tree is still up, which was helped and decorated by one of my other sisters, Marianne. In fact, this is the tree she gave me, and I just haven't put it away yet. It's a fake tree, which I think that's easy to take care of, and I just need to do it. So maybe we'll have some outtakes, and you can watch me take down the Christmas tree. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so it's not Christmas anymore, and so I want to think, well, how can I kind of put this together? So let's do it this way. Let's just say the theme today is 5. So I have a list of 5 things, and I want to talk about the first thing. The first thing about the 5 things is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Wolfgang Gottlieb Amadeus Mozart. And he was only 5 years old when he composed his first known composition called Minuet and Trio in G major. I have to read my little notes here for this. Minuet and Trio in G major. And he was 5 years old. That's pretty incredible, don't you think? Because that's number 1 of the 5 things. So yay for Mozart. In fact, you might be hearing that music now. The other thing is we have 5 fingers, right? On each hand, 5 fingers normally, and 5 toes on each hand, right? That's exciting, right? Okay, so that's another 5. We have 5 senses. What are they, right? Hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and touching. That's our 5 senses. But there's one more. There's one more sense. And so this is kind of cheating, but that would be 5 plus 1. Or if you're an audiophile, you'd call it a 5.1, kind of like Dolby, right? But that 0.1 in this case is not either of those physical senses, but it's a spiritual sense. It's a sense of faith. Think of it like these ways of our senses, our physical, tactile or smelling, whatever it might be. These are biological senses. But we have a sense to come to knowledge as well of our world that is faith. And through faith, we can come to know things. Faith, we come to know and trust that, for example, there will be peas and carrots in a bag of peas and carrots. But even more so, we can perceive through faith that God is real and know that He loves us. And He wants to be in a relationship with you and with me. So that's an important thing, because faith is critical for our development as Catholic Christians, right? We need to have faith in our Lord Jesus, and submit ourselves to Him, and we can have life through that. So that's faith. And related to faith, then there's 5 seasons in our church liturgical year, and we just finished one of them, but that's not the first one. So the first season of the year is, everybody, Advent. That's right. And the next one, we just did that one. So the next one about that is Christmas, and I still have that, right? Christmas. So what's after Christmas? Well, it's ordinary time, and that's what we're in. So I was rather surprised. I'm so used to Christmas, and then right after Christmas ending, not at the Epiphany, but at the baptism of the Lord. And that's when it did end, but I was kind of taken back, wasn't expecting, wasn't planning. I was sick. That's what I'm going to say. I was sick, yeah. But anyhow, right after Epiphany, the next day was the baptism of the Lord, and then it ended, right? That was last Monday. And now we're on Friday, so we're almost through with the first week of ordinary time. And this is an interesting thing because there is no first Sunday in ordinary time, because that Sunday that preceded this week was Epiphany. So there's no actually first Sunday in ordinary time, but there is a first week minus a Sunday. So minus even Monday, because Monday was baptism of the Lord. So it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on. And this weekend is the second Sunday in ordinary time. Yes, right. And I'll be preaching on things that are kind of ordinary. I won't get into that exactly, but I just want to let you know in fact, some people say it's not even a season. It's just what we do outside of the other festivals or seasons. And it continues until, well, in fact, there's another number. We have 5.5 weeks of ordinary time until it is the beginning of Lent, and that starts with Ash Wednesday. And Ash Wednesday begins Lent. That's right. And Lent then moves on till Easter. But then Easter ends as well, and we come into, after Easter, ordinary time again. So it picks up. And the ordinary time will end somewhere near like week 34 or week 33 or week 33 or week 34, because when we have to start the new calendar over. And we start with Advent again. So that'd be Advent of 2023. That's where we are. We're in ordinary time, the first round of it, and we're currently in week 1, which is a partial week of ordinary time. So the word ordinary comes from the Latin word, which means to be counted. And that's why we have first week and second week and a third week of ordinary time. And what is the difference between this week versus all this other, or this kind of season, if you call it, than the other seasons? Well, those other seasons really specialize in a theme. Advent is the preparation time for the coming of Jesus, and Christmas time is the actual celebration of the first coming of Jesus in participation and hope of the second coming of Jesus. During Lent, we are in a penitential season like Advent, but a little more intensive penitential season, preparing, probably not eating meat on Fridays, and maybe doing some fasting, maybe abstaining from meat on other situations, but we are preparing, going to confession. Maybe you've added something, a special thing to do for Lent. And it's preparation time for Easter. And then Easter begins, and that's a celebration of course, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the greatest of all the events. And we take Christmas and Easter as kind of our pivotal times, but even Easter is greater than Christmas. It is our most high holy day. So those are our seasons. And then after, again, we start picking up ordinary time where we kind of left off, whatever month or whatever week that was after Easter season, we pick it up and keep going. So it's a time, ordinary time is a time when we celebrate all the other things Jesus was doing. So it wasn't about his birth. We're not talking about his birth or death and resurrection. We're talking about his ordinary life, his time, ordinary for Jesus, right? Where he heals the sick, he raises the dead, he cures lepers, he preaches. This is his day-to-day work kind of thing. And that's what we're doing during ordinary time. And it's our call then to kind of take that in, reflect on that, ask ourselves, how are we doing that? And are we doing that ourselves? Are we being able to participate in the calling we have received to do similar things? Now, we're not God, yes, I grant you that. But are we doing something? Because we are called to proclaim the gospel, right? At the end of Mass, if it was Latin, it would be ite missa est, that is, go on mission. And our mission is to know, grow, and go, right? So we're trying to know God, to want to grow in him, become deeper in relationship with him, and then go tell other people. So during this ordinary time, that's when we get this stuff in action. So what are we going to do? What are you going to do? And maybe really ponder on doing something that is evangelical, that is of the gospel, proclaiming it somehow through some kind of action of generosity, or you know what you might even consider is, and I'm doing this myself, you may take up a practice of reading the whole Bible, the beginning to the end, or maybe the Catechism. Well, in fact, there happens to be 2 good podcasts you can check out, and they're both by Father Mike Schmitz. One is The Bible in the Year, and the other one is The Catechism in the Year. And The Catechism in the Year is new. So as I record this, it's the 12th, but that'll be the 14th or 15th by the time you may see this video. You can catch up on those other ones if you want. They're numbered very simply at this point because we're in the first month. The 15th episode is, of course, done on the 15th of January, etc. So you can catch up if you want. It's amazing when you do the Bible in a year how broken humanity is. And how much we need a savior, and how messy the patriarchs were, and how many fumbles they were involved in as far as just trying to be the people that God wanted them to be. So that's our 5 things. 5 things. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was 5 years old. We have 5 fingers, 5 toes in each of our feet and each of our hands. And we have 5 senses. We have 5 seasons. And we have 5.5 weeks until Ash Wednesday. So let's make the most of this time of ordinary time, I guess, and go out and evangelize. Go out and proclaim the gospel in simple and big and small ways. Meantime, I'll see you at this weekend's Mass. Talk to you later.